Okay, so why and how would I use the method of doing the foil, right? Why would I need to? So basically, if I want to go from one form to the other, right, I'm going to have to use that foil method. Now, what we know so far, we know the vertex form, right? We know that the vertex form looks like this, where you have ax minus h squared plus k. Do you guys remember that? Remember that format? Okay. Now, what if I don't want it that format? What if I want it to be in the standard format? What do I have to do? So instead of having it in the vertex format, I want it to be in the standard format. So what I have to do is I have to what we call expand and simplify. Okay? Now let's compare a few things first. So this is the equation minus 2 squared plus 1. That's in the vertex format. What can I find from the vertex format? And what's my vertex? H and K, which is what in this case? 2, 1, right? And then can I graph after I locate my vertex? What is my step pattern? 1, 3, 5. So up 1 over 1, and then up 3 over 1, right? So that I can graph right away from. This format looks like this, right? Looks like y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, right? So instead of a, I have a 1. Instead of b, I have negative 4. And instead of c, I have a 5. Do you guys see that? Yeah. Okay. So what is the standard form helpful for? What can I find from the standard form? Where would you see the vertex in here, in this equation? Can you find the vertex just by looking at the equation? No. Is there anything on this graph that might be useful for me that I might be able to find from this equation? The y-intercept. What's the y-intercept? What is the y-intercept?
0, 3 plus 5.
0, 5, right? 0, 5. So what part of this is the y-intercept?
5.
The C, right? The C, right? So in the standard form, the only thing you can find is the y-intercept, and it's always going to be that number that's by itself at the end. Okay? So sometimes, if I have it in vertex form and I want to change it to the standard form, or sometimes I have to go from here to here. In this course, we won't learn how to go from standard to vertex, but we're going to learn how to go from the vertex to the standard. Okay? So we're going to learn how to go from vertex to standard, and we do that by what we call expand. Okay? So everything I just said, we're going to write it right here. So what information about the key feature of the parabola can you take from each form? An equation in standard form, which I've already told you it's y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, tells the location of the y-intercept. An equation in the vertex form, which is y equals ax minus h squared plus k, tells the location of the vertex. And then the vertex is what? The vertex is made of h and k. What's the h indication of? What's the k? It is, but on the graph, What else? What else? Axis of symmetry. And that's right. So it's the axis of symmetry. Remember that the H is the axis of symmetry, right? And the K is the optimal value. But it also tells me the transformation. Now, to go from vertex form to standard form, so vertex form can be converted to standard form by expanding. Let's see how we're going to do that. So the vertex form is y equals x minus 2 squared plus 1. What do you want to do? Something that we have learned just recently. What should I do?